Get it big, get it here. Listen to all your live mixes, live radio programs, and live entertaining and news package programs right here from GTR, Ghana Talks Radio. GTR News. GTR News. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Pleasant afternoon and welcome to the afternoon news on Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Sandra Asante. Top stories. President Akufo-Addo woos investors at Dubai Expo 2022. 5,000 Sami civilians leave first successful mass evacuation from Ukraine. Nigerian president condemns latest killing by gunmen. These are more stories coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
You're most welcome back from the break to a very first story. 3 persons died on the spot with several others injured on Tuesday following an accident at Mem, a farming community in the Asunafo North District of the Ahafo region. The incident occurred when a driver of a wooden-laden KIA Reno truck somersaulted and ran over them. According to an eyewitness, Fatah Husseini, the sad accident on Tuesday, 8th March 2022, had the driver of the Kia with registration number AS1955X lost control of the steering and crashed into the near side of the road at the outskirts of the community. 3 people died on the spot, leaving several others in critical condition. The eyewitness explained that the victims allegedly went to the forest in the area to illegally cut some logs, but unfortunately met their untimely death on their way back. The First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Her Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, has expressed worry over the less payment of ladies in public sectors, but they do equal work. She called on the Guineans to desist from gender bias and treat everyone equal. Marking International Women's Day, she aims at celebrating all women in the world and to encourage the young and women who feel inferior to their mates or men, being it at school, in politics, workplaces, churches, and among others. According to her, women face or have few number in politics and are paid few or less at workplaces as compared to men. She made this known during the celebration at KNUST in the Ashanti region with the theme Breaking the Bias. She lamented over the low number of women representatives in the politics, and he is saying that it will make substantial progress in education.
The movement for gender equality, inclusiveness, and removal of biases has been a long-standing struggle.
GTR News.
Many have sacrificed prominence, time, resources, and even limb and life to get us to where we are today. History shows that we have indeed come a long way, yet a lot more needs to be done. It is true, we have made substantial progress when it comes to education. However, gender disparities still remain. Again, women's representation is still lagging in politics. Our Constitution guarantees gender equality. However, women still face inequalities directly and indirectly through stereotypes and social practices. Simply put, gender equality before the law still does not translate into reality. We know conflict affects women and children the most, and yet women are largely absent from the peace table. Studies, however, show there is a 35% greater chance of peace agreements lasting 15 years when women participate. So if women are integral to peace, why do we largely exclude them from peace negotiations? Women are still paid less than men for the same work, yet their contributions to society is enormous. African women form the majority of farmers, educationists, and healthcare providers. My generations and generations before me have put in their time to address these biases. I salute all those women and men who have worked for a world of parity. It is now time for my generation to pass on the baton to the younger generation. You are now the front line for advocating for a gender
GTR
equal world.
News. GTR News.
We are behind you, supporting with our insights, resources, and years of experiences in the trenches. That is why this year we decided to have a much younger panel and audience for our International Women's Day discussions.
To our next story, the women organizer of the Convention People's Party, CPP, has asked President Akufo-Addo to pass the Affirmative Action Bill in order to give equal opportunities to all women in the country. She made this statement in their party headquarters of Accra when celebrating the International Women's Day. She stated that giving equal opportunities to all, she said, would enhance economic growth in the public sector. She added that if President Akufo-Addo believes in gender balance, when he should appoint more than 50% of women in his government. She concluded that passing the affirmative bill will help and empower women for effective growth in the country.
As we celebrate the 2022 International Women's Day, aimed at reflecting on breaking biases and inequalities that prevent women from achieving their full potentials, I wish to express my profound gratitude to Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic, for the opportunity granted me to grace this august occasion. I would also like to congratulate Her Excellency and her hard-working team for putting up this important initiative together and mobilizing all of us to join hands in passing on the baton to younger generations like you seated here with us today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, research has shown that women have enormous impact on the well-being of their families and societies, but their potential is sometimes not realized because of discriminatory social norms, incentives, and legal frameworks. Although the status of most women has improved in recent decades, gender biases persist in many parts of our country. It is worthy of note that attaining our rightful place as female gender certainly does not happen automatically. A clarion call for all women to join hands through a renewed energy and to pursue equality together is therefore very timely. Ladies and gentlemen, successive governments in Ghana have mainstreamed various interventions towards gender equality. For instance, education is one of the most important aspects of human development, and eliminating gender disparity at all levels. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I can never end without celebrating the efforts of some great women who have stood toe to toe with men and have engaged victorious in their various fields of endeavor. It is refreshing, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to meet Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua-Dixon here today, who happens to be the first female Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Ayukuru. The appointment of the University of Ghana first female Vice Chancellor, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo, and many others are also good examples.
Still on local stories, the Ghana Police Service has revealed that a total of 4 policemen have been arrested in connection with the ongoing intelligence-led police investigation into some bullion van robberies that recently occurred in the country. Another suspect, believed to be a civilian, was also arrested by the police, while some other 5 civilian suspects have gone into hiding, according to the police. The police in a statement also disclosed that a raid at Boteman near Ashaman also led to the death of 2 other police officers during an exchange of gunshots. The 2, according to the police, had earlier been arrested in connection with the bullion van robberies. The deceased officers are Constable Randolph Ansah and Lance Corporal Stephen Kweku Name. The police, in a statement signed by the Director General of Police Relations, DCOP Kwesi Ofori, said the arrested officers have all been interdicted and will be put before court on Wednesday, 9th March 2022. The District Chief Executive for Ascent South, Ms. Felicia Amisa Intakraba, has admonished chiefs and assembly members of the area to lead the fight against poor sanitation. According to her, poor sanitation conditions has the ability to undermine the health of the people. Therefore, its fight might be a collective responsibility of all which the chiefs and assembly members must lead. She said the statement when the Ascent South District Assembly embarked on a massive cleanup exercise at Inyankomase Ahinkro. She pledged that the exercise is not going to be a 9-day wonder, but will maintain it to ensure the district becomes the cleanest in the region.
Mecha medase waka sapa ayin fufuo no wa adwuma bebre oso mo ye assembly members enso wa sodie kese because assembly members no ejira mu ma communities no e wa assembly it say ye bibi say dia ye be fan ye be hu ni say oso assembly members ni involve na nanom so etu om so hye wo so boa it no ye be ni nanam be kasa assembly members so mo various communities and no munyina bekasa near educate to omo achiro omo se ehunidie eyade ehia ewo ye tibiam nti ye besro omo se bibi say e baso a obi involve ne ho na ye nyina yenye na nkunudi embra wo ye nyina ya brabo.
Men who are the assembly member of the Inyankomase Ahinkro electoral area, Mr. David Danny Datsi, popularly known as Honorable Peace, was very elated by the district assembly's frantic effort to improve sanitation problems in the area. He, however, appealed to the assembly to provide communal containers at Vintage Point for refuse collection. He also advised the residents to desist from indiscriminate dumping of refuse into gutters, as such is a contributing factor to severe flooding and health-related problems.
Yeah, I don't know the before no nanka ya wadas bin say this is kroma na e boy you na ko do baby no so na that business is kroma na e boy no so asan so akoten na baby so e san gensi en den tina make sa ebinum fie omumura omaye se nge so omode ko ball aso no omo fa nko no omode ko good as sabi ejanan pro omutumi ja omonan wo fie no omode be good as bin no mo sabi ebedu baby no so na zoom line phone tumi me masa we no so ntina say ya nka say ye youth na e wo krom han na ye omtu omuti wo so omoye but e ya asefim say youth a wetu no ho asi wo officer dasbin so omla na sika tue bi anim no na obekọ na ye janan agum no de na e ye o ma asefim to mu jae tina ma dasbin ni nyina so nti samre ya ya tumi akrini krom de bebo modern say ye be provide dasbin exist maintain na ye be sra ya manfo no dasbin ni be sisi ho a anya te say obi suwa ni fie nwura obi suwa ni mokasi nwura de be gu ansa sabe o jana nan no de be gu na mom sabe wonam krom na wanom nsuo bi na o de atoma na be boy nti be hwe say sa.
Still on the sanitation story, on his part, the National Public Relations Officer of the Mosama Disco Christian Church, Reverend Moses A.Y. Jamba, who doubles as the chairman for the Ascent South Local Council of Churches, called on religious organizations to spearhead a campaign against poor sanitation. He said the church can only prosper when the members are healthy enough in all these spheres. Therefore, the church must ensure the environment is conducive for inhabitants.
Ansana me kansa som na me kansa so no ya kan ho bobusa na ewo o man man dem enti sedru ya nkasa kra na e dia so every 2 months ya be sa ahodi asem enti se na o man dia badia emre bi a ye beti se ye bibisa no o sa so nyina be ka ho na wo man ma ye fi na waso da ma ye kran a wanye hwe awasa wo bon ho mo de se bra na wo ya so na o man no so aye kran because yare ba sisi a nipa no ntimi ma sorry enti se kronuma aye kan aye cleaner ebema yare bia nto obia na obia nso betumi aba asori na ska odi beko hospital nso obetumi ade aboa asori project enti ne America ne sa asori mfa omunji clean up exercise bia bebem yam asori fa omunji mpa.
You're still tuning into the afternoon news. You're watching live on Facebook as well. Away from the local stories and business stories, and the World Bank has admonished the government of Ghana to remain transparent with citizens on the country's current economic situation. According to the country director of the World Bank for Ghana, Pierre Laporte predicts Ghana will face a tough time in its bid towards restoring microeconomic sustainability. Speaking at the public lecture organized by the One Ghana movement, the World Bank country director described Ghana's economic situation as very serious. Meanwhile, on the international capital markets, investors have signaled uncertainty about Ghana's economic outlook and prospect. Key rating agencies such as Moody's Investor Services and Fitch Ratings have all downgraded Ghana's current worthiness. President Akufo-Addo has made a strong case for the vibrancy and potency of Ghana's economy despite its current challenges. Ghanaians are faced with the rising cost of living, largely attributed to the rise in inflation caused by an increase in fuel prices and depreciation of the Ghana cedi. But the president, speaking at the Ghana Day event put together by organizers of the Dubai Expo 2020 to showcase Ghana to the world, highlighted some indicators which, in his opinion, represent the resilient economy. He urged investors to invest in various sectors of the economy. He also said investment in Ghana would be secure and protected under a governance system and an independent judiciary that upholds the rule of law and respect for private property rights.
Through our 100 billion CD economic recovery program, dubbed the Ghana Cares or Baltampa program, the economy grew at a provisional 5.2% in the first 3 quarters of 2021, with a projected growth rate of 5.6% for 2021. We appear to be on the path of sustained economic recovery. Today, we are the safest country in West Africa. We are the largest recipient of foreign direct investment in West Africa.
On the international front, thousands of residents from the northern eastern Ukrainian city of Sumy were successfully evacuated after Russia agreed to pause attack and evacuate corridors open. Evacuation began on Tuesday morning, with buses heading towards the city of Poltava, further south and away from its front lines. About 5,000 people and more than 1,000 private vehicles are already in safety, said Kirilo Tamoskenko, the deputy head of President Vladimir Zelensky's office. It was the first successful mass evacuation, despite Russia announcing several ceasefires to get people out of cities under bombardment. The similar attempt for people trapped in the Chernihiv failed because Russia kept shelling the exit route, Ukraine claimed. The Sumy's regional governor said the humanitarian corridor will continue working on Wednesday. The United Nations estimates that more than 2 million people have fled Ukraine since Moscow's invasion on February 24th. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and his Ukrainian counterpart Dmytro Kuleba will meet in Turkey, Russia's foreign ministry has confirmed. This will represent the first meeting between the two since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began. Lavrov will be flying to an international diplomatic forum in Antalya, and his contact with Kuleba is planned to take place there. Russian state-owned news outlet RAI Novosti quoted Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zahara Gurova as saying on Wednesday morning. The meeting was proposed by Turkey's Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu, who has proposed holding it in a trilateral format with him. So far, it has been reported that the meeting will take place on 10th of March, while the diplomatic forum is scheduled to take place on March 11th. Still on international stories in Australia, Australian PM Scott Morrison says he will declare a national emergency over flooding in 2 states. The disaster in the New South Wales NSW and Queensland has killed 20 people and inundated thousands of homes in the past 2 weeks after record rains. Federal and state government have forced anger for not acting faster to help residents. Mr. Morrison's declaration, a national first, will allow federal authorities to intervene more directly. The U.S. State Department has banned flamboyant Kenyan politician Mike Sonko and his family from traveling to the U.S. over corruption while in office. Mr. Sonko was the governor of Kenya's capital, Nairobi, but was impeached in December 2020 over charges of abuse of office, gross violations of the Constitution, and gross misconduct and crime against the national law. The U.S. says while in office, he solicited bribes and kickbacks in exchange for awarding government contract to his associate. Mr. Sonko on Tuesday denied the allegations and said he was being targeted wrongly. He has been designated alongside his wife Primrose, daughter Salma, and Swamu, and an unnamed minor child. Mr. Sonko became the second Kenyan to be publicly banned from traveling to the U.S. during President Uhuru Kenyatta's era over corruption. We move to Nigeria, and Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari has urged security forces in the country to be more proactive following the killing of more than 60 members of vigilante groups by gunmen in the northwest of the country. Mr. Buhari condemned the killings, describing them as brutal murder by outlaw. The latest violence happened in Kebbi State on Sunday night when gunmen killed members of a group set up to protect villages against attacks by armed gangs. The local official of the Takita village in Kebbi State, Umaru Gaba, told the BBC that the vigilante volunteers were pursuing the gunmen who had been abducted people and stolen cattle. The security forces says they have been bombarding and raiding the armed gangs' forest hideout. To some entertainment story, talented Ukrainian actor and TV presenter Pasha Lee has been killed in battle as Russian forces bombarded the town of Irpin outside the capital, Kiev. Lee, 33, had signed up for Ukraine's territorial defense forces in the first day of the war. A resident in Irpin, he appeared in several films and his voice featured in the Ukrainian version of The Lion King and The Hobbit. He is one of the number of public figures killed in the Russian invasion. Investigative journalist Viktor Duka was also killed on the front line during the battle with Russian troops near the southern city of Mykolaiv, Ukrainian reports said. We hope you still find eternal peace. But this is where I end the afternoon news on Ghana Talks Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching live on Facebook. You can log on to our website at www.ghanatalksradio.com for more news update. My name is Sandra Asante. Do have a pleasant afternoon. Stay tuned for the Spotted Bit.